Has someone you love started showing subtle but concerning changes over the past year? Many people assume that death in old age happens suddenly, but the truth is the body often sends quiet warnings months, sometimes even a year before life reaches its final stage. The problem is most people miss these signs because they seem small at first. It's only later, looking back, that families realize the clues were there all along, but by then, it's too late to prepare. Too late to make those last memories count. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 key signs that often appear a year before an elderly person passes away. Some of them might be things you've noticed but brushed off as just aging. Others might be changes that seem minor but actually signal the body's gradual decline. Recognizing these signs early gives you the opportunity to provide better care, cherish meaningful moments, and most importantly, ensure that your loved one's final stage of life is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end because these 5 signs can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what's ahead. When you understand what's happening, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be able to make the most of the time you have left with those you love. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Significant weight loss. One of the earliest and most telling signs that a person may be approaching the final year of their life is unintentional weight loss. At first, it might seem subtle. A belt that suddenly needs tightening, clothes that appear looser, or an hearty appetite that begins to fade. Many families dismiss it as just part of getting older. But the truth is, losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It often indicates that the body is no longer absorbing nutrients efficiently, muscle mass is decreasing, and essential systems are slowing down. Oof. Aging naturally leads to some loss of muscle, but when it happens too quickly, it's a sign that something deeper is occurring. The body may be struggling to digest food properly, or the person may no longer be able to process protein effectively, leading to muscle wasting. This loss of strength doesn't just make movement more difficult, it increases the risk of falls, weakens the immune system, and leaves the person vulnerable to infections. Another reason for weight loss in the final year of life: appetite changes. Many elderly individuals simply don't feel hungry the way they used to. Their sense of taste fades, food no longer seems enjoyable, and they might start skipping meals or eating much smaller portions. This isn't just a matter of preference, it's a physiological change. The body, sensing that it's beginning to shut down, no longer signals the brain to seek food as often. The result? Less energy, less strength, and a gradual decline in overall health. And then there's the role of underlying medical conditions. Weight loss is a common symptom of chronic diseases like cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease, all of which can begin progressing long before more obvious symptoms appear. Even conditions like depression or cognitive decline can lead to reduced eating, causing a downward spiral where the body isn't receiving enough fuel to sustain itself. Some families try to solve the problem by encouraging their loved ones to eat more, offering favorite foods or supplementing meals with protein drinks. But if the weight continues to drop despite these efforts, it's important to recognize that the issue is not just diet. It's the body preparing for a deeper transition. At this stage, forcing large meals may not help. Instead, focusing on comfort, easy-to-eat foods, and hydration can make a bigger difference in maintaining quality of life. If you notice significant weight loss in an elderly loved one, especially if they're eating less, feeling weaker, or struggling to stay active, it's time to pay attention. This is not just about physical appearance, it's about the body sending a message. Understanding that message now can help you prepare for the road ahead with clarity, compassion, and the ability to make every remaining moment meaningful. Number 2. A weariness that stays. Then a heaviness creeps in, a tiredness that clings like mist. Fatigue and weakness strike deep, not just ordinary tiredness, but a profound physical exhaustion that makes even simple tasks feel like climbing a peak. Imagine them pausing mid-step to the kitchen, sinking into a chair after a short chat, or nodding off mid-laugh. This isn't "I need a nap" tired. It's a bone-weary drain rest can't lift. My dad, who'd twirl mom across dance floors into his 70s, started dozing through days in his last months. We'd nudge him, thinking he'd bounce back. We didn't hear his body's quiet cry. I'd find him slumped by the window, sunlight pooling around him, his once lively eyes half closed. That man who'd chase us kids through the yard was fading, not from will, but from a weight we couldn't see. A silent plea for pause. The heart's pumping softer, blood crawling instead of rushing, oxygen struggling to reach the muscles, the body's engine downshifts, hoarding energy for the must-haves. They sleep more, linger in naps, fade out unexpectedly, 1 minute here, the next lost to rest, but it cuts deeper than flesh. It bruises the spirit. They feel it, the heart eager to move, trapped in a shell that won't. My aunt, who'd quilt till dawn, let her needles sit still near the end. She wasn't done. She was too worn to try. Her hands, once dancing over fabric with joy, trembled now, resting on a half-made blanket. She'd sigh, staring at it, as if willing her old spark back. It wasn't gone. It was buried under a fatigue too heavy to lift. A longing locked in a body winding down. Watching this, we want to rally them, "You can do it," but pushing misses the mark. Another life lesson from the elderly. This weariness isn't laziness. It's a sign time's winding down. Spotting it early lets you shift. Let them rest. Hold their hand through the stillness. Understanding trumps fixing here. It's about comfort, not cure. This exhaustion whispers a truth. Life's spark isn't endless, but your presence can light their day. Focus on quality. Help them feel respected, at ease, loved beyond measure. I'd sit with Dad, his snores soft, and wish I'd stop nudging. Just listen to that quiet. It's not about pushing them to dance again. It's about sitting close, letting them know they're enough. Their light still warm in your heart. And if you're still with me and loving these nuggets of wisdom, drop a number 2 in the comments. I'd love to know you're out there riding this journey with me. Haven't hit that subscribe button yet? Do it now and tap the bell so you never miss a single dose of inspiration. Your support fuels us, keeping the good vibes and life-changing tips coming your way. All right, let's keep the momentum going. Onward we roll. Number 3, a mind drifting off. Now the song turns inward. Confusion and memory loss weave through, subtle but sharp. The mind, once a steady guide, starts to stray. They become forgetful. Your name slips their tongue. They repeat yesterday's tale, or stand baffled in a room they've known for years. It's not just "where's my glasses," it's a deeper drift, struggling to follow conversations, growing disoriented in familiar places. My grandpa, a trivia whiz, began asking the same question thrice an hour. We smiled until it sank in. They might flicker between clear and cloudy, lost in their own home. I'd find him in the kitchen staring at the stove he'd cooked on for decades, as if it were a stranger's. His sharp wit dulled, replaced by a fog we couldn't pierce, a quiet unraveling that stole him bit by bit. Then there's social withdrawal, a softer chord. That lively soul who thrived on company now sits silent, preferring to be alone. It's not that they don't care. Talk tires them, noise overwhelms, and they retreat inward. My neighbor, a barbecue star, spent his last year gazing at the trees. We thought he was cross. He was just seeking quiet. Mood shift, too. Some snap or fret. Others settle into a calm that's almost eerie. The brain's rewiring. Emotions tangling as the body slows. He'd sit there, once the king of backyard laughter, now still as the dusk, eyes tracing leaves like they held answers. It wasn't anger. It was a soul too weary for the clamor, finding peace in solitude while we scrambled to understand. This one wounds. It's like they're slipping away early, and you ache to pull them back, but they can't steer it. Here's a life lesson from the elderly. When the mind drifts, it's not rejection, it's release. Early awareness helps you prepare. Meet them where they are with gentle words, a warm touch. How do you hold someone who's fading before your eyes? You don't tug, you cradle with compassion. Even if they're quiet, they feel you. It's about peace now, making them feel loved and safe, not forcing them to perform. I'd sit with Grandpa, his silence heavy, and wish I'd just held his hand more, not prodded for old stories. Love doesn't need words. It's a presence that lingers, a soft anchor in their fading tide. If a loved one is becoming more forgetful, more confused, or less engaged, don't ignore it. These are often early signs that the body and mind are preparing for the final transition. This is a time to be patient, cherish quiet moments, and focus on creating an environment that feels safe, familiar, and peaceful. Because even when words fade, love and comfort can still be felt. Let's move on. Number 4. A shield that crumbles. Back to the body, frequent infections and slow healing mark a shield wearing thin. A weakened immune system opens the gates. Every cold lingers. Pneumonia hits hard. UTIs flare up. They're more susceptible to illness, and recovery drags where it once snapped back. Wounds tell the tale too. A cut festers, a bruise won't heal. My mom's last year was a parade of coughs and fevers. We'd fix one, and another slipped in. The body's not defending like before. Circulation's too sluggish, defenses too frail. I'd hear her raspy breaths across the hall, see her wince at a scratch that lingered red and raw. She'd been a fighter, bouncing back from flus in days, but now each battle sapped her. A weary soldier, losing ground to an enemy we couldn't name. Healing stalls as blood creeps. Oxygen and nutrients don't reach the edges. Bed sores plague the still. Infections turn fierce. And here's the twist. Sickness might not shout with fever, just deeper tired. A foggy head, less hunger. A muddled mind can signal infection first. We hauled Mom to doctors, chasing fixes, but the cycle wore her thin. Catching this early reframes it. It's not bad luck, it's a body letting go. Her skin grew pale, hands cold, as if life was pulling back from the surface. She'd stare, confused, at a spoon she couldn't lift, her sharpness dulled by a quiet invader. We'd rush for answers, but each trip left her frailer, a fading echo of the woman who'd once outlasted every storm. We fight, more pills, more trips, hoping to win, but when it's relentless, the tune shifts. Quality matters more. A cool cloth, a gentle rinse, less strain. Understanding this isn't giving up, it's caring. Another life lesson from the elderly. When the fight fades, comfort reigns. Early recognition lets you ease their days, not stretch them painfully. It's about respect, helping them feel comfortable, not battling a tide they can't turn. I'd dab Mom's forehead, whispering her favorite songs, wishing I'd traded some of those frantic drives for quiet moments by her side. It wasn't about curing anymore. It was about soothing her spirit, letting her rest in dignity, wrapped in love that didn't demand she keep fighting. And if you're still with me and loving these nuggets of wisdom, drop a number 4 in the comments. I'd love to know you're out there riding this journey with me. Haven't hit that subscribe button yet? Do it now and tap the bell so you never miss a single dose of inspiration. Your support fuels us, keeping the good vibes and life-changing tips coming your way. All right, let's keep the momentum going. Onward we roll. Number 5. A rhythm slowing down. Finally, the beat softens. Changes in respiration and circulation play the closing notes. Breathing may slow down or become irregular, shallow, skipping, or dancing unevenly. Some slip into chain stokes, a haunting sway of gasps and pauses. Hands and feet feel cold due to poor circulation, skin pales or blues as blood pulls inward. My cousin felt her dad's icy fingers in his last weeks, even under blankets. The heart's tiring, lungs labor, a short walk steals their air, a cough rattles with fluid they can't shift. They might prop up pillows, dodging flat rest to breathe. She'd sit by him, watching his chest rise and fall in fits, his once steady hands now frail and chilled. He'd been the rock who'd carried her as a child. Now his breath faltered, a fragile thread slipping through her grasp, signaling the end was near. She'd trace his knuckles, remembering how they'd fixed her bike, strong and sure. Now they trembled, pale as winter, the warmth retreating to his core. Each uneven gasp echoed through the room, a stark reminder of time's pull. She'd adjust his pillows, her whispers blending with his breaths, clinging to every fleeting rise, knowing each one might be the last note of his song. Sometimes it's not just family who feel this fade. Neighbors, friends, even strangers catch the echo. My uncle's old fishing buddy stopped by one day, found him propped up in his recliner, breath stuttering like a broken reel. Hands that once hauled nets were now stiff, icy, the blue creeping up his nails. They'd shared decades on the lake, laughing through storms, but now silence hung thick, pierced only by those ragged gasps. He didn't know medical terms like Chain Stokes. He just knew his friend was slipping. He stayed, not saying much, just sitting close, offering a weathered hand to hold. No rush for doctors, no frantic fixes, just a quiet vigil, a nod to their bond. It taught me this rhythm touches everyone who listens. You don't need words or cures, you need presence. Open a door, let the air move, share a memory. It's enough to ease them through, a gentle bridge to their final shore. It's jarring to hear. You want to urge deeper breaths, rush for help, but often this is the body's natural fade, saving what's left, letting the edges go. My friend's grandma wheezed softly near the end. We stood by, hearts heavy. Early notice doesn't rewind, it redirects. Cool air, a soft voice, a sip of water. Comfort leads, not cure. This note sings of limits, but also grace, a chance to be there fully as the rhythm eases. We'd hover, her faint gasps filling the room, her face calm despite the struggle. I'd whisper her old lullabies, hoping she felt us there. It wasn't about fixing her breath. It was about holding space, letting her drift in peace, surrounded by love that didn't demand she stay. Her hands, once quick with knitting, lay still, icy under my touch, her lips faintly blue. We'd open a window, let the breeze soothe her, and I'd hum those tunes she'd sung to me as a kid. Her eyes fluttered, a flicker of recognition, and I knew she heard us. It was a sacred quiet, a final gift, not to fight, but to cradle her gently into that last soft silence. If you notice these signs, changes in breathing, cold hands and feet, or a bluish tint to the skin, pay attention. These are often indicators that the body is conserving energy and that circulation is slowing down. It's a time to be present, offer reassurance, and create a peaceful environment where they feel safe and at ease. In these final months or weeks, the most important thing you can give them isn't medical intervention, it's comfort, dignity, and the knowledge that they are not alone. These songs end, lessons in the fade. So here's the melody, 5 notes blending into one, weight slipping, weariness settling, a mind wandering, a shield crumbling, breath slowing, physical signs, weight loss, fatigue, infections, breathing shifts, merge with cognitive and emotional chords, confusion, withdrawal, into a farewell hymn. My family missed some with Grandma, her half-eaten meals, her long naps. We tuned in late, but you can hear it now. Early recognition isn't just smart, it's a lifeline. It helps you prepare, soften their hours, share a laugh, hold them tight. I see her now, crumbs on her plate, eyes drifting as she napped by the fire. We thought it was just age, not a quiet exit. Life lessons from the elderly teach us. Notice these whispers, they're a call to act. Start today, watch for these signs, and you'll catch the chance to make their days glow before they fade. We push, more food, more hustle, more meds, but sometimes the truest strength is listening with compassion. These aren't failures, they're the body saying, I've carried you far, let me rest. Understanding this shifts the focus. It's not about changing fate, but crafting quality of life. Help them feel loved, respected, at ease. My regret, not lingering longer with Grandma, not hearing one more tale. Don't let that echo for you. I'd rush past her chair, busy with life, missing her soft stories of youth. Life lessons from the elderly whisper. Stop fighting the inevitable. Embrace it with grace. Practical tip: sit with them. Ask about their past. Record their voice. It's a treasure you'll keep, a comfort they'll feel, a bridge across time. If you're noticing these signs in someone close to you, take a deep breath and remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many families have walked this path before, and while it is never easy, knowing what to expect can help you find strength, patience, and peace. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.